I came here as a troubleshooter in 2006. Like many people who are descending upon New Orleans, they're trying to do something different from the storm, help rebuild, give advice, see what creativity could be applied to the situation that was here. I eventually looked upon a report that came out of the NRDC that stated that Katrina had brought in intense levels of heavy metal pollution to the city. I was compelled by the magnitude of the tragedy to try to think of something of equal magnitude that would be effective. When I heard that the EPA had a converse statement that it had not gotten worse, I began to question that.
And in that process, he met Howard Milkie, who's a scientist out of Tulane Xavier, and found out that 86,000 properties in the city had lead levels in the soil beyond what the EPA has set as their safety threshold even before the storm. And so what that meant was 30 to 50% of the inner city kids in the city were blood poisoned even before the storm. And that set off the whole process of the project. When Mel asked Howard how much money was being allocated to fix the problem, Howard said zero. So Mel, coming out of the sort of art background, knew he couldn't raise that much money, but we could make it, and kids all around the country could make it. Fundred is a nationwide drawing project where we are hoping to reach 3 million kids around the country, and each of them creating their own fundred dollar bill. And ultimately, if each student creates their own bill, where it has a value of $100, we will end up with 300 million fundred dollars. When we have 300 million funded dollars that are right now being held in collection centers around the country, which are basically schools that have volunteered to house the bills and help with funded outreach. We have an armored truck that will leave New Orleans, drive all around the country to pick up the bills and deliver them to Congress and ask for an even exchange of goods, funds, and services to support Operation Paydirt, which is the plan to treat lead pollution in the soil of New Orleans.
Because we're more interested in not housing, we're interested in dirt and blood. We're just a soil that's contaminated on all these properties. So regardless what you build on top of contaminated properties, you're putting at risk populations of the future.